What is going on, guys, gals, non-binary pals? It's your boy Artisan Kane, and we are doing our SPC team build preview here. We're in week 2. We're battling my friend Ryne, who is the coach of the Delaware Dittos. He's got a very strong team. We've played against Ryne a couple times. I think I'm still yet to beat him though. So we definitely want to get that first win this week. So with that, let's look at Ryan's team real quick. So he's got Hydreigon, uh, Nihilego, Caesar, Blastoise, Galarian Articuno, Serena, Vikavolt, Alchemy, Golurk, and Sneasel. So looking at the team top to bottom, first thing that kind of comes out is the Nihilego and the Hydreigon. Obviously, two powerhouses on offense. Hydreigon, one of my absolute favorite mons. There's so many different things you could do with it. Um, it can run Dragon Dance sets. It can run mix sets. It can run choice spec sets. Um, Throw a life orb on it with 3 attacks. You know, you can roost. It's got a lot of different things it can do. So you have to respect Hydreigon. Obviously, it's got that 4 times weakness to Fairy, which kind of forces us to make sure we have checks for that. Um, Also with Hydreigon, since we have mons like Blacephalon, um, you know, we our moves are resisted by a mon like Hydreigon. So you know, Flamethrower, Shadow Ball, Fire Blast aren't really doing much of that mon. So we have to keep that in mind. Um, Nihilego, since it's obviously an Ultra Beast, just like our Blacephalon, it's very much built in that same kind of glass cannon that Blacephalon is, with very high special attack and speed. But Nihilego also has a high special defense stat, so it's not as frail as it might appear at first. Obviously, things like EQ still absolutely blow it out of the water, but we can't just use a flash cannon or something and assume that it's gonna fall. Um, Obviously, with that beast boost, it can get rolling and rolling, and it can easily sweep a team. Obviously, looking at my team before, a mon like Nihilego is absolutely prepped to be able to tear through this team. So if we are in a position where, I can see if Nihilego gets even +1, it can just go on a roll and start destroying mons. Um, it has a lot of moves in its arsenal too. Even though it's Poison Rock, it even gets moves like Thunderbolt. So it's not like Corviknight can really sit in on it and stuff like that. Um, so we have to keep that in mind here with his team. Scizor, obviously, it's been a strong mon since it was introduced. Um, that Technician boosted Bullet Punch can absolutely destroy my mons like Sylveon. It can pick off a lot of mons, so it functions very greatly as a revenge killer. Um, and then obviously that 4 times weakness to fire means that I have to have coverage for it. I have to have at least a couple mons. I mean, like, so Sylveon, and I'll talk about it, but Sylveon has Mystical Fire. Not that's obviously for to help cover Scizor, but the priority of the Bullet Punch doesn't really matter. What we want to do is we want to kind of call that switch into the Scizor, because once Scizor is in, we really can't do anything about that Bullet Punch. Um, and then the last one I'll mainly talk about here is this Blastoise. Again, Blastoise is kind of one of those premier offensive threats, especially with this Shell Smash. So at +2 Timid, it even outspeeds our Choice Scarf Blacephalon, which is an issue. Because what we want to do is basically do as much damage as we can, even if it means something's going down after that Shell Smash. And then try to have something with priority come in and take it out. That's why we're running E-Speed this week on Dragonite, is to try to, if we can get Blastoise to at least like maybe 40%, E-Speed should be able to do enough to take it out. Because otherwise, Blastoise is taking down a couple mons with it. It's going to be really difficult to deal with after it Shell Smashes. And then, yeah, like I said, I won't really talk about the rest of the team, but I've never really played against Galarian Articuno, so I'm really unfamiliar with it, to be honest. All I know is it gets competitive, Psychic Flying, but You know, that I don't really see it coming, to be honest. Serena, he could definitely bring. Um, I'm not bringing hazards this week, but Serena, I know I've underestimated Serena a couple times, or I've underestimated it last season when Ryne had it, coach of the Augusta Agrons, and it totally punished me um, because it's got such a high attack stat. It gets access to triple axle, things like that. So it's a solid mon that can spin and also deal out damage. Alchemy, I'm no stranger to. I absolutely love that mon. I've used that before in leagues. Vikavolt, um, another heavy hitter, very high special attack stat. Obviously, access to webs. So if he wants to get up webs turn one or early game, that would make a lot of sense. So we want to make sure that we keep Corviknight healthy to be able to defog that stuff away. Golurk, I really don't see it coming. Not really much that it does for him with the coverage of Ghost and Ground. I think it does get some Rock coverage, so maybe something like that, but I don't think so. And Sneasel either. I don't think Sneasel's coming. I think the speed is really on my side in this one if you look at the speed tiers. But again, Beast boosting Nihilego, Dragon Dance on Hydreigon, potentially Scizor with priority, and then Blastoise being a Shell Smasher means that he has other ways to get to these to make up for that speed, the lack of speed between our two teams. So with that, we'll look here at the team builder. So first up, bringing Corviknight. I mean, I love this mon, right? I've talked about it a million times. I'm gonna bring very, very Spadef invested. For the most part, looking at his team, that's kind of what I see here. I keep saying Hydreigon, Dragon Dance, and that's because there's a good chance that he brings a physical Hydreigon, just because I think his team is pretty heavy on the special side, that he might bring something like that to help compensate for it. But we are Lefties Roost, Bulk Up, Brave Bird, and Defog. Obviously, we need the Defog in case webs come. Brave Bird helps us do a lot of damage. I was originally going back and forth between Brave Bird and Body Press, but he's got a few too many mons that resist the fighting. So it doesn't make any sense if we get bulk ups off if at the end of the day we're still not doing anything with Body Press. So I've got Brave Bird on there that helps us take care of Scizor, helps us, like I said, do damage on mons like Blastoise, and then Roost to give us longevity, right? That's one of Corviknight's main things. It's just stay on the field long, be an annoyance to the opposition, force switches, things like that. Next up is Virizion. Now, I haven't really used this mon too much, but I am intrigued by AV this week. Again, we keep talking about all these special hitters that he has. AV does quite a bit for Virizion. I like its speed tier also. So CC, Leaf Blade, Stone Edge, Sacred Sword. So we got the dual stab coverage is pretty solid. CC is really nice against mons like Hydreigon, Nihilego, stuff like that. Obviously, the AV means we can take a special hit. So if Hydreigon is Flamethrower or something, we're not automatically going down to that. Same thing with Nihilego. If it's unboosted, we don't immediately at 100%. We're not immediately going down to a Sludge Bomb. Now, obviously, at +1 and stuff like that, the calcs get a little bit worse, obviously, but same thing with Blastoise, right? Like, we can do great damage, but once Blastoise is Shell Smash, like, it's not like we're taking that much beyond that anyways. And then we are Adamant, and that's just to give Virizion a little bit more power to its punches. It doesn't have it needs some of that extra little boost to get the damage counts looking a little bit better for us. Next up, we've got Sylveon, another bulky mon. We are Sash this week, now specifically for Scizor. We want to keep that Sash intact. That way, Scizor cannot just bullet punch and absolutely destroy us. Um, but obviously, that means that we have to be a little bit more diligent with our switch-ins. We can't. I mean, anytime we take even a little bit of damage on it on a volt switch or a U-turn, then its Sash is gone, which means we have to be on the defensive with trying to predict that Scizor coming in. Mystical Fire gives us that coverage for that mon. Hyper Voice is our primary stab move, just to do deal big damage. Shadow Ball, a little bit extra coverage for things like if Galarian Articuno or Golurk come for whatever reason, then we would have a little bit more coverage for him. Just in case. But I mean, for the most part, we're just clicking Hyper Voice. Wish is to keep both Sylveon and the rest of the team healthy. Especially mons like the rest of our team, that some of these mons can be pretty frail. Blacephalon, Weavile, Dragonite that we're bringing also. Dragonite, for that multi-scale boost, you want to keep it healthy. So Wish passing to a mon like Dragonite makes sense. And then just a Super Spit F invested, Modest, just to give us a little bit more boost on those attacks. Then we've got last three here. We've got Weavile, Expert Belt. I didn't want to be choice locked this week, especially if we are trying to predict switches a little bit better. We want to catch something off guard. I don't want to be locked in with the choice item. So we're Expert Belt, still doing a little bit more damage. Obviously not as much as that choice band 1.5 times, but a little bit more. Help us on some picking off things with Ice Shard. Help us boost the triple axle. Psycho Cut is there for Nihilego, but I mean, I don't think that's a position we want to be in but obviously Weavile speed tier is pretty good compared to the rest of his team, with our base 125 speed. Blacephalon, Choice Scarf, we're 100% gonna lead Blacephalon, and it's very uncomfortable to do that, in all honesty, but because even if like Vikavolt comes in and tries to get webs up or whatever, that's fine. What we don't want is right off the rip getting blown back by Nihilego, and that's what this set with Blasef helps us do. If he decides to play very aggressively, which whether it happens or not, it's whatever, right? But if he decides to play very aggressively and go with a Nihilego lead, this Choice Scarf set will make sure that we outspeed it and kill it with Psyshock. Now, if he leads with it and then automatically switches to something else, that wouldn't surprise me either. Like I said before, Hydreigon can probably switch into this pretty easily and just click a free Dark Pulse. But we want to prevent Nihilego from being able to do what it wants to do. And then the rest of our moves are just our pretty typical coverage moves. Shadow Ball, Flamethrower. I'm almost always going to go with Flamethrower or Fire Blast just because I hate missing moves. I really hate missing moves. Same thing with Dragonite, like Fire Blast or whatever. Some of these moves that'll do a lot more damage, I absolutely hate missing moves. So if it means going with Flamethrower over that, that's what we'll do. Again, Shadow Ball is really nice, or the dual stab coverage of Flamethrower Shadow Ball is really nice against his team. However, again, you have mons like Hydreigon that can come in on Shadow Balls and just actually eat those up, especially if it's a bulky variant. And then finally we have Dragonite. We're a mixed Life Orb set. This is very similar to a set that I ran back in Gen 4 in competitive. Ice Beam, Flamethrower, EQ giving us our primary coverage options, and then E-Speed to help revenge kill things, pick off weaker mons. And then like you can see here, we're not minus attack nature. to make sure that those E-speeds are still doing solid damage. Not really much to say about Dragonite, to be honest. Since we're not a boosting variant, I mean, we can just come in and not too many things scare us out if we're at 100%. Not many things can OHKO. I think the only, if I remember correctly on the calcs, the only thing that OHKOs is boosted moves. So like a boosted, like a Shell Smash, Blastoise, Ice Beam. I think that did like 101 minimum. And Hydreigon Draco, I think, if it was like Specs or something like that, if I remember correctly, was not a pretty calc. But again, this is kind of just to deal big damage, E-speed again to do it to pick off some of these low mons. So that is what we're bringing. Kind of went on a little bit longer than I thought I was going to be honest, but I'm really excited for this match. Ryne's a really great coach. He's a very competitive player, and I know he preps really hard. So we will go into our battle now and see what we can do against Ryne, coach of the Delaware Dittos, here in Week 2 SPC Season 2. Thanks for watching, y'all. What's going on, guys, non-binary pals? It's your boy Artisan Kane. We are here SPC Season 2, Week 2. We are playing here Ryne, the coach of the Delaware Dittos. And here's what he is bringing. He's got Nihilego, Hydreigon, Scizor, kind of like we figured. Alcremie I did not really expect, which is not great, because looking at the team that we brought, we don't really have anything that likes fairy moves. Well, I mean, like Corv resists, right? And Blacephalon technically too, I guess, but yeah, if it's a boosting Alcremie, it could be annoying. Vikavolt for webs kind of makes sense. He definitely wants that support. And then Blastoise, also kind of what we expected. So let's get into it. Alrighty. So he does go Nihilego lead. Okay, perfect. So like I said in the team build, we definitely wanted to lead Blacephalon. We don't want to give this thing free boosts off the rip. So I think we go Psyshock here, even if he switches in Hydreigon, right? It might be showing our hand a little early, but I do not want that thing getting +1 with the Meteor Beam, and then just start pummeling the rest of our team, because that would just snowball and just totally destroy us. Oh, so he stays in. Okay, Psyshock should kill it here, which is absolutely fantastic. Awesome. So that's a great start. Obviously, since we are Choice Scarf, he knows that we're locked into Beast Boost, so now Hydreigon is definitely going to come in, since I won't be able to do anything against it. But that's good. Okay, so now we can start planning around this. So it's really going to depend here what he wants to do with Hydreigon. I think Sylveon is probably the safest play, because even if it boosts, I don't think the Flash Cannon calcs look that great. But yeah, but let's go. I don't think because if he clicks a free Dark Pulse here, we get the Justify boost, which would be really nice. Ooh, Toxic. Oh shit. If this thing is a bulky variant, it's not going to be good. Because if it's like Dark Pulse, Toxic Roost or something like that, that's not great. But Fearing... So we're AV, so even if he clicks Flamethrower here or something, like, we're not going down. So I think Fearing the CC, he switches. I think he goes Vikavolt here. The Stone Age would be pretty solid to... Okay, so he goes Alcremie. That's not great. Yeah, it's not gonna do anything to it. We definitely don't want to stay in on it. Because we aren't going to be able to hit it for anything. I mean, it's pretty free Corv, right? I think it does still get Mystical Fire, but even if it does, let me see. Yeah, it does get Mystical Fire, but the set we're running should be pretty free. Oh, so he doubles. Oh, that's not good. Does he go? Yeah, no, so no, he goes back out to Vikavolt. So that's a really solid play on his end. Now, here's the problem. Even though we are Spadef, if that thing is choice specs, it still does like 1,000,000,000 damage to us if it T-bolts. If I think a Volt Switch still wouldn't be nice either. What's our play here? Because Ahsoka doesn't want to take a Bug Buzz. Yeah, I think Sylveon's pretty nice. Obviously, we have the coverage of Mystical Fire, which I'm sure he expects. He definitely anticipates that. So Volt Switch. Okay, so yeah, we wouldn't have taken that much from it, to be honest. The problem is that breaks our Sash. So Scizor can come in here, and then we're kind of forced to go back out into Corviknight. Yeah, there's Scizor. So he knows even if we were Sash, like, it's broken at this point, so he can freely Bullet Punch. If he knocks, that's also not that great, because then we lose our lefties. Yeah, I think Blastoise wouldn't have been. Yeah, because if he knocks, that would have totally blown Blastoise back too. So let's see what he goes for here. So he actually U-turns. Well, he probably goes back out into Vikavolt. Since I switched last time, it probably it might make him think that we are fearing a Volt Switch or a T-Bolt. I don't think the damage that was dealt to Sylveon was specs damage. So I think we bulk up here, and then if he T-Bolts, we can roost off the damage. Oh, fuck. No, it was supposed to be... Yeah, no, that's no good. Yeah, that was supposed to be bulk up. Shit. That's no good. Roost to get 1 HP back. I think here he's gonna see... Yeah, here he's gonna see that we're very Spadef. That sucks. Because we could be at +1/+1 right now, which would be nice, because anything that comes in on a Brave Bird. Yeah, so Blastoise... The counts don't look great. Let me see. Yeah, we really need to be at +1/+1. And I think even at +1/+1, we're still only doing like half. Yeah, there's a smash. So he's probably White Herb, which makes sense, you know, this. But this is just not great. Because now we're barely at +1/+1. Surf, I think at +2 was doing like 60%. So this is not good. Because looking in the back, shit. Yeah, I think I'm kind of forced to click Brave Bird here. because he can go surf. Yeah, he can do surf. I think he does like 60%-ish. Yeah, it does 1 billion damage. We might go down to Brave Bird Recoil, to be honest, depending on how much it does. So it actually doesn't do as much as I thought it would do, which is not a good sign. If this thing is bulky, that means that all our calcs are thrown out the window. I don't want to give up Corv yet. Now, Ahsoka being AV, you know, that +1 is decent, but he's at +2, so this is not going to be... Yeah, I think he can still kind of freely click Ice Beam here. Yeah, no. He can go Ice Beam. This is a solid mid-ground play. Shit. Yeah, he does. Okay, so we're not going to be able to do anything. I mean, like, we could have gone like Blasef there or something, but that would have been very aggressive. And then, yeah, and then he goes for the mid-ground again on the surf. So, kind of getting outplayed here on this Blastoise. We're giving up some Mons here, which is not good. I think we go D-Knight to E-Speed. The problem is that Brave Bird didn't do enough. If we would have been at +2 like we should have been, we probably would have had enough. But I don't think E-Speed is enough to take it down here. Which means we get blown back. Let's see. Because if he's shit, that's also the problem with Life Orb, right? Is that we just broke our own multi-scale, which is whatever, right? I think, like I said, I think the calcs were like 101% minimum, so it's shitty, right? But now the main thing here is that if he's timid, he still outspeeds a Scarf Blacephalon. And my only other means of priority right now is an Ice Shard from Weavile that's resisted. And I don't think... I think we do like 10%. Let me see. So it does like 10-ish%. So it might be like just enough. Oh, fuck me. Yeah, so that whatever little bit of bulk that he had invested in that Blastoise, just, I mean, it makes sense, right? He's able to do what he wants to do with his with that mod. But yeah, if it's timid here, it's a wrap. It'll still outspeed us. It can freely click Surf, basically wipe out the rest of the team. Oh shit! So he switches. God damn it! So he was modest. Yeah, that's the only reason why he would switch there, is to make sure that he didn't give us the beast boost. Shit. See, if I would have gone Blacephalon like 5 turns ago, that wouldn't have been an issue. Well, I mean, obviously that would have been really... That would have been not only ballsy on our point or on our side, but probably would have been a little bit dumb to try to give up Blacephalon. But now, I mean, you see what I can try to do, but I don't know if he stays in on a hyper voice, but at the same time, like, he could stay out on a mystical fire. I really don't have. I mean, let's see. Wish would be nice because Corviknight can help deal with some of the other mons in his team. Fuck. Yeah, mystical fire would have been the move there. Depending on the spread he's running on Scizor, it might have been enough to take it out. I mean, he could be Aqua or he could be very Spadef invested, but that would have been great. But now the problem is he can click knockoff, which would kill Corviknight or probably murder Blacephalon too. Because again, he's being very smart with his mid-ground plays. He doesn't have to be as aggressive, especially now. Yeah, he can click knock. He doesn't have to click bullet punch. And then again, Blacephalon can't really do anything against Hydreigon, so it is what it is. It's a wrap, but really solid playing on Ryne's part. He was aggressive when he needed to be. He made the predictions when he needed to, and he called some of my switches. Obviously, being only at +1 instead of +2 with Corviknight would have helped the Blastoise, but I mean, looking at the fact that it was modest and had some sort of bulk to it, meant that it was going to be more difficult to take down anyways. So we were probably still giving up at least one mon because of Blastoise. Obviously, we didn't want to give, I think the switch into Virizion also, on my end, probably wasn't the greatest play. Yeah, Dark Pulse cleans it up. That's fine. Yeah. So again, like in all my calcs and everything, like Nihilego was the main one I was fearing, and then Hydreigon. But not having Weavile, not having D-Knight means Hydreigon's a lot more difficult to deal with. And then Blastoise obviously being able to absolutely tear through my team. Again, that just kind of shows the prep that was done on Ryne's end. So GG's to him. Let me see. Yeah, I mean, I guess it doesn't have Flash Cannon, which is fine, but it's gonna take a couple more turns. But it is what it is. Since I revealed Mystical Fire, he can probably just spam Dark Pulse here, but I don't think really. Yeah, Wish is not gonna do anything for me. He does switch out, so he probably goes to Scizor, which means it's probably Akka or something, or oh, so he's got enough bulk to survive it. Okay, that's smart. So yeah, he can just click Bullet Punch here and finish it up. So yeah, no, great game against Ryne. Obviously, we hate to take a loss, especially a 5-0 loss. It's definitely not good. But I know Ryne was definitely hungry for a win, especially with his loss from last week. So we're sitting at 1-1 right now. Got some ground to make up. We still got a long season ahead of us. Thanks for watching, y'all.